Alright, people, so once again, another fucking terrorist attack now. And it's almost like this shit is happening like every week now. It seems like, oh, you hear 50 people dead, 80 people dead, 60 people dead. It's a weekly occurrence in what are supposed to be safer countries like Europe and America. And I mean, it's fucking obviously not a good thing. And I think this is a result, the rise of ISIS, the attacks are a result of corrupt politicians. Uh, ISIS first started because of our actions destabilizing the Middle East. I mean, we were advocating for the overthrow of Assad. We did overthrow people like Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein, which more destabilized the region there. Even though those people weren't good people, weren't like the best fucking people. I mean, they did not let terrorism fucking develop. And now, since we're trying to overthrow and have overthrown leaders, that has led to the rise of ISIS. So that is, Trump calls Iraq the Harvard of terrorism, and it really is, though. I mean, it's really led to terrorist groups being formed there. And also, our funding of the so-called moderate rebels has also led to some of this shit happening. We fund what they say we're just funding the people going against Assad, but if you actually look at the facts, and there's so much evidence to prove that we are not funding, these great fucking rebels. We're actually funding ISIS themselves, or groups, close to ISIS. We're funding bad fucking people. So, and I'm not going to go all into that shit, but the fact of the matter is the rise of ISIS is due to many of our politicians, both Republicans and Democrats. And also this open border policy that much of Europe is advocating for, to just let in all these fucking refugees. And there's really no way of knowing who they are. I hear America's about to let in like 10,000 or whatever the fuck. I guess that's going to be the total number, I guess. I don't know for sure, but we're letting some in. And I don't get why you would let in people from countries where terrorism is a major threat, especially if you don't know who the fuck these people are. I mean, we have to worry about America first. We have to worry about our own country first. And if we're putting our own people at risk, I mean, that's something that shouldn't be done. I mean, we have no fucking idea who these people are, and unless we can vet them, unless we could check to see their backgrounds, we shouldn't be letting them in to our country. These could be very good chance, that a lot of these people that are being let into Europe, being let into America and other countries, are refugee or are terrorists. I'm sure a lot of them are great people. A lot of them are just looking to for a better life, but we cannot let in people at our own country's expense. That just cannot happen. So, I mean, it's very disappointing to see, and look at Europe now. I mean, like I said, every fucking week it seems now there's a fucking thing like, 60 people dead. You had the Turkey, you had it in Bangladesh, you had it in, now France. I mean, it's like, and I guess it's a terrorist investigation. I heard so. Almost very much likely this is the result of ISIS. I mean, you can't say that for sure, but it definitely looks like it's ISIS. So, it's like ISIS, and you gotta do something about ISIS too. I mean, I'm not really for having boots on the ground because I don't want another thing like Iraq. I don't want Americans, thousands of Americans dying. Because, I mean, look at America. We've always put boots on the ground. I mean, it's time for some fucking other countries to step their asses up and do some shit about it. Because, I mean, we got fucking troops all over the fucking world. We got troops on the South Korean and North Korean border. We've got troops all over the fucking place. I mean, unjustified. I don't think that should be. I mean, we have so many military bases. But, I mean, a lot of that is actually doing shit for other countries. But, I mean, we shouldn't be doing it. So, I mean, it's time that some other countries step their asses up and put some troops or at least do something to take out ISIS. I mean, you got to do something. You can't just, I get a lot of the people who are, against war, against the Iraq war and shit like that. I get that. But war is necessary. But we got to realize, too, at the same time that ISIS would never have been a problem if it wasn't for our corrupt politicians. And once we realize that we, funded ISIS, realize that we destabilized the Middle East, and that led to the rise of ISIS, then we could, okay, well, we fucked up, let's not do it again, but let's fucking take these motherfuckers out. And I'm not a a lot of people say, oh, just bomb them, just put troops on the ground, but I'm not a military expert, people. So I'm not going to, advocate for just bombing or just putting troops on the ground or doing whatever the fuck, because I don't know. I really don't know how you would properly take out ISIS in the most efficient and effective way while preserving as many lives as possible. So I'd leave that up to the military experts on that, how to properly defeat ISIS. But I just know something, that we have to do something about it, because this problem is just getting bigger and bigger. There's more developed countries, so-called developed westernized countries that aren't like Iraq. Every fucking day there's pretty much a terrorist attack like in Iraq and fucking, those shitty areas, those shitholes. But like in America and in countries in Europe, I mean, you're not supposed to have terrorist attacks every day. And it's not every day, but like I was saying, they're really increasing. They're really ramping up. And it seems like every fucking week now there's a fucking terrorist attack. I mean, it's almost getting like the new norm to have. I think one of the headlines on the Drudge Report was like, terrorist attacks are like the new norm now, And it's unfortunate that it's getting this big, but it's getting bigger. And if we, don't do anything about it, it's going to get bigger and bigger. And I do not trust Barack Obama or Hillary Clinton to take out this problem, because both of those two people have proven to be corrupt liars who are unconstitutional presidents. So I don't think Obama's doing the proper job. I remember reading an article like a year ago saying that the pilots were complaining, who were dropping the bombs, because they see ISIS people and they want to fucking bomb them, but they can't because of technicalities. I really don't. And you got the whole thing where they were dropping the fucking pamphlets telling people that they were about to bomb the oil. So I mean, I do not think Obama and his administration are, all in on defeating ISIS. So we got to do something serious. That's all I know, because this is getting it's a big problem. It's getting out of control, and we also have to lock down our borders too, like Trump has been saying. We cannot let any unvetted refugees in here, and we got to secure our borders, people. So we also have to, like the thing with Orlando. I mean, that guy was under FBI investigation. It turned out it looked like he lied to the FBI. And there was a lot of shit on that guy. I mean, we got to make sure our intelligence is good. And we also have to make sure to preserve our Fourth Amendment rights, too, because we don't want a fucking police state here. We don't want a spy state, because a lot of people are going to go with that knee-jerk reaction to, let's phone tap everybody, let's spy on everybody. But no, we have to spy on the people that we suspect are terrorists, and if we suspect they're terrorists, we have to get a fucking warrant. We cannot, just fucking ignore them. So there you go, people. There's a video on the recent attacks there in Paris.